checky. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's get the link rolling. No. Getting everything situated. Give me a moment, y'all. Hope everyone is well. Let me just get this link out into the Discord. There we go. It's actually sending out my notifications. All right. I'll leave the Discord over here today because there's nothing really big in there. I didn't do anything new. All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Toxic Hustle. My name is J Tragic Jeffrey. This is Toxic Thoughts, episode 34. What I do with Toxic Thoughts is I'm doing my work for the day and I'm looking at certain things that are in the market, trying to figure out where our business fits, trying to see where the landscape is in certain topics. And today's topic is the employment one. I want to take a census and also just go through a ritual, and I haven't done it this year, and that's typically I treat the market every few years. I treat the market as if I'm a first-time employment person, right? If I'm gonna go in the same way when I first looked at the internet and I got my first job, when I figured out how to navigate a path to be a graphic designer. I knew I wanted to become a graphic designer. I knew I wasn't in college. I didn't have a college education, but I knew if I could just figure out what the skill set needed, I should be all right. So I just needed to figure out what they needed. So that was how I reverse engineered getting my first job. I'm gonna show you how to reverse engineer the employment hustle. It's what I do now just to keep abreast of where I'm at in my, I want to say career, but since I'm more focused on being an entrepreneur than being an employee, it's always good to see where employment is going, because if I realize that every job I go to is typically 5 years to 7 years behind my ideals, then you can kind of pivot clients out of that hustle in that little gap where the companies that realize they have a problem, but they don't know what the problem is, they just know that there's a need. And if you have certain articles or you post in certain blogs or you post on LinkedIn and they're able to see those things, well, now all of a sudden you're talking their language, right? And one of the things I'm going to get ready to start working on is clientele. So I want to start building out clientele in the crypto space. And I'm going to be doing that for myself and positioning myself in the business to be seen as a viable crypto business. But how do I do that? Well, first thing I do is before we open our mouths and trying to tell any CEO or any other business what they need, first thing we look at is what are their needs in their own internal business models, right? We already know that people are leaving their jobs, right? So we know people have a different set of needs. We as employees have a different set of needs now. And it's about time we figured it out that everybody, if you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, the one thing that Robert Kiyosaki tells you is that you are self-employed. You don't care if you get a job. That's one thing I always maintained in my being. I didn't care if I went and got a job. Even if I had a job and I'm working for somebody, the one thing I always realized was they can fire me at any given time. Their business could go sour. They may need to let me go, right? Or I'm not happy where I'm at, or I'm not being appreciated, or if I'm developing technology for your company and I'm making you millions of dollars, then give me at least a 5% increase, right? See, those are the things that these companies don't think about. And now that we're developing technology and in these companies, it's not good enough to say this is a contract to hire. So any technology I give you, it's you get carte blanche to that ish for the salary I make. Get up out of here with that. That ain't gonna work no more, bruh. So yeah, there's an employment exodus going on right now, and you see the smile on Money's face. There's a smile on his face because now people can leave and go someplace else. See, the goal is now what I'm looking at. I'm not only looking at because it was brought up in the 3 a.m. room about there's people are trying to mandatorily poke you in the arm, and I was like, well, if I'm an entrepreneur and I make my own money, unless I go to prison, there's no real reason for you to be trying to jab me in the arm. Right? I understand practitioners want to poke people, but at the same time, maybe we need to be fixing our diets. Maybe we need to eat healthier. Maybe we need to get more nutrients, and not the nutrients they told us in these reverse engineering courses they call education. Or that education system, the board of education has destroyed our mind states because nobody thinks like entrepreneurs, and you were always born to be one. Sorry, you were never supposed to be indoctrinated to be a drone. That's not how our cultures live. That's how they've shaped their culture. That's why their Roman empires continue to fall, because that's not natural. See, when you come out, if you look at every other sentient life form on the planet, I say that very willingly, sentient, because some things are not sentient. When you look at every sentient thing on the planet, everything has an innate understanding that it's on its own, that it's eat or be eaten, kill or be killed, right? That's what everything understands. And we understand it in our own way because that's why we go to war. And that's why we do all the stupid ish we do, right? So I look at this like this. If I'm doing my business and I'm trying to grow my business and I'm trying to do what I need to do, or I need to, or I'm thinking that if I'm thinking that they are going to come up with the ridiculousnesses to try to place inside me something that they haven't even tested for. Give me something that's 5 to 10 years trial tested. You're not gonna give me something in 3 months, bruh. Come on now, stop that. But we understand the game and the rigmarole. So the big thing that I'm gonna be looking for is remote work, right? Because we can start to determine our worth. Sorry, I'm chomping on the air. I'm in salt mode right now. So I'm an employer, but I'm not employing because I'm automating. I'm an automation engineer. It's what I do. So for me, that's why when I say, hey guys, the job market's kind of tight, automation in the business realm is coming. And that's why I'll tell y'all to work on, look at programming and look at development as an option, right? So before we get into crypto, I wanted to get into just some life-ish for a quick moment, right? And I'll show you what I did. When I first came out of the military and I first got my first computer, well, not really got it, when I built it, right? Because my head, my spirit be telling me stuff. And I'm going to get a little ghetto for some of y'all. I'm going to use the word naga instead of, the other one. My spirit told me, we're about to do some naga layaway. I'm like, what? Yeah. You're going to go over. I went to Circuit City. I grabbed the circular. And in the circular, I opened it up and I looked at it. And then my spirit was like, look at all that. They're telling you every single part that's important in this computer. So then I went to the bookstore because my spirit told me to go to the bookstore. So I went to the bookstore and I opened up a book. It was called like the PC Builder's Bible or something like that. It took me a while to find one that was like end to end. And that book basically showed me all the parts that were in that circular were all the parts I needed to put inside of it. And it was like Lego blocks. You just plug it in and there was universal pieces. So you just plug them together. And once I figured out how to build my first computer, then I realized that, the whole, when I told y'all, in the yesterday when I was like, I realized in 99 that the studio was gone. It only took one piece of software for me to see that. It was I was working on graphics, concentrating on graphics, and getting into deeper and deeper into graphics. And then something just told me, hey, all this stuff that I'm doing from graphics, and I'm working on, like, I wanted to make a beat because I wanted to put some music on a web page. And I was like, oh, I make music, so why don't I make my own music? And I was like, oh, I got to pull out all this old hardware. And I was like, wait a minute, my dad used to have Cakewalk, right? Yeah, he used to use a program called Cakewalk when he was on his Mac. I wonder if that software is on a PC. Click. Found it, installed it. I was like, oh, dope. All right. I had my microphone. I still had an old like dynamic mic from when I was trying to do like beatboxing into those Tascam 4 tracks, trying to like with the tape deck, there used to be the cassette tapes that you would record on. You could use those and put them in these Tascam 4 tracks, and that same tape that you could buy at any store, the same cassette tape, we could turn that and split it into a 4-track machine. So the same technology split into a 4-track. So it's crazy what you're able to do, what they give the consumers and what they give the professionals, right? And that was the professional gear. I'd gone all the way down to Manhattan to get it. Now, I tell you all this because I want to set the stage for why I think the way I think. Just the little pieces of how I got to why I think about crypto the way I think about cryptos, because I'm trying to bring back the internet, how the internet was born in my head, so that you can kind of see some things. The minute I saw that I could install music into my PC and I put my Cakewalk in there, I was recording on top of it. That weekend, a friend of mine told me like, yo, man, like let's go smoke out, hop on the train and go into Manhattan. I want to do a session. I was like, oh, okay, how much are you paying for your session? He was like, oh, I'm paying $150. It's a late night session, we're like it's kind of cold. Nobody's been in the studio. So the guy's like, look, I want to make some money this weekend. So he opened it up for us. I was like, all right, cool. I'll ride up with you. So we rode all the way to Manhattan, went up into somebody's house studio. They had Pro Tools and a few other things. And I looked at my boy and I'm like, okay, all right. I looked at my boy and I looked at the studio again and I was like, okay, so he has, he had a decent sized board. He had a professional audio board, like multi-track board. But I saw he was using Pro Tools. So he paid him his money and had to pay him some extra money for some other stuff. And it ended up being like closer to 200 and something bucks for like an hour and change of recording time. So after we leave, we go back and I was like, yo, man, come by my crib like next week. I want to show you something. So I practiced that week, just getting everything that I saw, what money did. And it wasn't of course, my mix wasn't going to be as good as the dude's mix, but I just wanted to make sure I could track it enough so we could hand it to somebody who could mix. Or I could hand it to one of my homeboys who did mixing. So he comes back, boom, I show him, I was like, yo, I don't have a booth, I don't have all the fancy stuff that you just paid all that money for, but here, let's record. So we recorded the same damn song. Same one he wanted to do, but he had to do it really fast and it was in a bad environment. We did it at the crib. He recorded it. It took a little bit longer. I charged him $50 for the night. He got the same, like when we got it, we sent it to the same mixing person because he didn't like the mix the guy did anywhere, so he got the raw files. I told him, get your raw. And so the guy was like, oh, and still charged him more for that because he wanted the WAV files, and then charged him like another $25 for the damn compact the CD disc. I was like, that's what I mean when I said I saw the hustle. I was like, oh wow, this is a straight hustle. Straight hustle. And I said it's a wrap for every studio. Yes, you're gonna find a good engineer, and yes, but I was like, yo, in time, what happens when a microphone is so good that the microphone and the software will make sure that your voice is exactly the way you want to do, and you just have to say what genre you want, and it's listening to the radio and it can kind of fit you in pocket with your own style but get you vocally just about there. Like, that was in my head. Why? Because I watched the Jetsons when I was a kid, and I said, you know what, in time I think everybody's gonna have an AI, because that's what they told me was gonna happen. Predictive programming, right? So in the back of my mind, I know there's gonna be flying cars. I already knew robots were gonna be cooking us food. That's what the cartoons were talking about when I was growing up. Right? All you got to do is watch the Jetsons. George Jetson was one person in a building. Basically, Sprocket was his boss. Their competitors were right across the street with another guy like George in the building, and an AI and the boss across. And that was it. And those two companies, two buildings, controlled the Sprocket industry. You can't see my air quotes. Right? Now, what do you see going on in tech, right? Two big companies control everything. Apple, Google. Now, no, they're not one AI and one AI, but don't they have their own AIs? Doesn't Google has its AI? Isn't Siri an AI? See? Meet George Jetson. And I showed in the Discord, I showed the flying cars. In the 3 a.m. room. Hold on, let me drag that over here. 3 a.m. Birder, birder. Birder, birder. Right here. I showed Robot Kitchen. And that's a Robot Kitchen Behold the Future. You can look that up in Google yourself. And then this is REC Anything Toyota SkyDrive. The first human piloted drone is here. Your car, flying car by Airbus. So the Airbus has a car they're doing. And this Kitty Hawk plane is like the second generation of this thing. And it's flying all over the place, and it's autonomous. So the world has changed. So when it comes to jobs, like now, when I first got started, I was like, okay, well, I want to be a graphic designer. So the first thing I did was I looked online and I was looking for job sites. I can't remember what it was back in the day, but that whatever company it was is gone by now, right? I think it was like Ask Jeeves, and that might still be around, but they had some salary thing on there, and there was like Monster was around, and there was like they started putting some salary stuff. But I found Indeed. Indeed has Indeed.com. You see career salaries, right? So this is the Coca-Cola building over in Atlanta. I'm in Georgia. So I figured first, let me just go ahead and, you can. So the first thing I ever learned from my SEO teacher, which is search engine optimization, was if you want to reverse engineer how to deal with a website, how to put your product on another person's page, like a forum, whatever. You have to reverse engineer. If you want to get on Google, right, you have to reverse engineer Google to figure out what Google wants or what Google's asking for in particular keywords or terms. Or one of the things he did teach was, what do you just see naturally when you go to a web page? So the minute I come here, the first thing I see when I went to the salary page is what salaries are the top paying jobs by industry, right? So these are the top paying jobs by industry. So they just choose some industries that they want you to know, right? These are the most popular careers. You're also going to realize there's some of the things that they want you to be. These are really what they're saying. These are popular careers according to how many job openings are there. These are popular careers for job recruiters, not popular careers for you. Here's the in-demand careers, right? So when I scroll down, what else do I see? In-demand careers. The number one career is what? Machine learning engineer. Are any of those things here? Is any tech person here? I don't see any tech companies, do I? I see wholesale, nannies, warehouse, front desk, a server, crew member. I mean, no disrespect. I've been every one of these things, even a security guard. I've not been a housekeeper, but I've cleaned homes, right? I've worked in a warehouse. I've worked at McDonald's. I've served not only in a restaurant, but I've served as a server for catering for my fiance's business. I've not been a front desk agent, but I've been a front desk manager, right? I've done this. So, and my family's been in the nursing field. I've been a warehouse worker. I've also been a delivery driver, and I've worked in stores, multiple stores. So while I've suffered at the fact that these other jobs don't pay enough. Not to have the things that we would like to have a livable life, that have time for family, okay? Family time. Can I really have family time if I'm barely making enough to get to the median income? So what is median income right now? That's a good question. I didn't even think about that. That was another hack. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's put this. Right? So Atlanta's median income is around $34,000. So that's a 2019. Okay. A good amount is 250,000 to 899,000. Okay. That's the median income. So that's the individual average income across all the spectrums. That's the average line that you need to be above. And yeah, they're saying that these are great. However, 100K and 249K is decent. Median household 59,000. So this says 59,000. That says 34. Interesting, right? 2019 dollars. That sounds like that's a very peculiar way of saying it. What's $2020 different than $2019? That's an interesting idea, huh? Census Bureau. Okay, so we're gonna say that I was always taught $50,000. That's what I was taught. I was always taught $50,000 is basically where you need to be to have a livable kind of thing, and that was back in 1999. I was told that, and I know inflation has happened, so I think you need more. But right now, this thing is telling me that the average of what it is being in Atlanta. $34,000 is the median or average line for income, right? And then right now in 2019 dollars, that would be around 59,000 that you really need to, which over 50,000 is kind of what I always thought, and 59 really for me takes into pack for inflation. So now we're going to look at some of the jobs, right? So the in-demand jobs, according to what they're saying, is machine learning engineer. Of course it is. Machine learning. It's a developer's job. One of the highest growth ones has been getting into the machine learning space. There's algorithms, there's different things. So I would be padding out my resume by anything that I'd be researching anything here. I'd be researching anything in the machine learning space. I'm doing that now. And there's things I can do that allows me to use this in data analysis. So an analyst, right? Being a data analyst, you end up using some of this data analyst. We're gonna look and see whether or not that makes some jobs, right? Whether or not that makes money. Full stack developer. Oh, there's another development job. This is what the software is telling us. This is what Indeed is telling us of what. And again, I'm looking for clients. What is it telling me? I'm not looking for my own ideals. I'm not saying, oh, this is what I want to do. No, what I'm saying is these people want somebody that's in machine learning or want machine learning things. Then I'm going to make sure that I'm either providing services in machine learning. So that might be even automation. That might be technology. That may be looking at cryptocurrencies that are in the machine learning space. See, but y'all don't want to stick around and know that. Full stack developer. Okay, so they're looking for developers still, but they're looking for full stack developers, and that's $114,000 a year. So now I know that full stack. So now I'm going to be looking for programming languages. What programming languages are these people needing? Again, if we're going on the blockchain, if we're dealing with the blockchain, I'm going to be looking for machine learning blockchain as well as jobs, but at the same time, I'm going to be looking at machine learning. And I'm going to do the same thing here as a full stack developer. I'm going to be looking for what codes do they want, what languages. I already know. And it's the same ones I'm going to need when it comes to the software I want to move into. See, this is the goal and the strategies that I'm wielding for my business. I'm wielding a strategy to look at what is the inside careers looking for, and then begin to shape a picture to say, okay, the big thing they want is machine learning. Number 2, they want a full stack developer, dental hygienist. Okay, there might be jobs in dental hygienists. All right, there might be marketing that dental hygienists need. All right, there might be businesses. It might be an industry that they need some promotions or sponsoring. So I might be looking at that. Realtors. Okay, I might be looking at realtor space. I might be doing marketing for them, their data, their marketing, their analysis, those things that I can use for location and what's going on in region, pricing. So can I use data, come up with some type of software to feed a realtor market? See, that's an interesting strategy. So let's see what other industry. Let's go into, since I'm already going to look at the development, let's see, technology. Now that just, so if I'm looking for 50,000, you're looking at IT security specialist is over 50. I really like anything that's over $70,000, because even if I don't have the job, even if I don't have the background, what I can do is open it up and just find out what it needs. So less than 1 year, 1 to 2 years, 72,000. Where they're needed, what states are looking for them. Okay, where to earn more in the U.S. Minus 7% of the average national average. Not bad for the South. Anti-money. Okay, so there you go. You just need certifications. So now you can go ahead and copy this and start looking to get your certifications in. That's how you reverse engineer this. You get benefits for it. So now I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, there's business analyst. There might be even software that you need to go to. So now you got your full stack developer, technical support, information technology, front end developers, right? Product owners. Okay, product owners are okay, so let me look at what the product owners want, right? Because that might be some jobs that they need done. Texas, Chicago. What is exactly as a product owner? Top skills, Bloomberg. Azure. Okay, so presentation skills. Okay. Bloomberg skills? That's funny. That most of your skill set salary is from the fact that you know Bloomberg. That's interesting. Azure, so that's Microsoft. So that's understanding how to upload something to a cloud server. So again, cloud servers, blockchain servers, presentation skills. All right, that's graphic designs. Some development skills, even less than what you need over there. But that's not really I think front end developer, that's going to be graphics. Information technology. What is information technology? 45,000 in 1 to 2 years. Not bad. Transportation. A lot of government jobs. IT. So basically IT. Managed care. So medical. Psychiatry. Project management skills. IT technician, help desk. These are per hours, but you can see that you've got some salary jobs. And even this, desktop support technician. I mean, so as you can see, there are ways to look at what's going on. Now, what I want to look at is blockchain. Right? I want to look at the blockchain careers. Oh, blockchain is not a job title? Wow. That's interesting. Developer? Interesting. Let's just put that here. And just look in the jobs. All right. So now you can see the jobs in blockchain. So Node.js. So I put in blockchain, did not put in technology. Notice that. All right. I put in just the word blockchain because I don't want to put crypto because that's really the monetary side of the technology. Blockchain is the technology, the underlying technology. So that's where you're going to get, of course, companies will put crypto, but blockchain is what you're actually going to be looking. Blockchain consultant, urgently hiring. See? Blockchain. And look at the price tags. So I already know. So just where now you can see what I mean when I say I just showed you some jobs. I showed you some developer jobs. I showed you what they're making. And then I jump over here and I showed you if you learn Node.js, you know, that software we're going to be working in Wappler in a little bit. That's a full stack application. See, I show you these things because I want you to see I'm also showing you some other stuff. I want you to see that there's some other things that are going on in the world besides damn crypto by itself. Crypto is just an industry. Inside that industry are trillions of dollars of other money that's being made. There's other businesses, other jobs, other things happening. Now this remote, there's plenty of that going to be happening. And the reason why I want to get to the job thing now is because I'm working on these things now, where I'm getting my clients from, how I'm going to build my clients is what can I build for them that I can put on a blockchain. Because what companies are going to be saying over the next 2 years, oh, we're a blockchain business, just so they can say it. Just like they did with the web. We're on the internet. We're an internet company. We're internet stocks. Crypto, blockchain is going to blow up, and then pop big time. but it does it every single cycle. We get this pump cycle, crash cycle, and it's a good way that it eases itself in and out. What I know is this: as Bitcoin gets more expensive, these numbers will keep going up. So I already know that there's an industry that I can clearly see: healthcare, blockchain, healthcare, blockchain consultants, platforms, enterprise solutions, smart contracts, 2 years in development and project management. So do you think that you could get started now and then within a couple, within a year, either look, this whole, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a hack. I'm going to give you a hack right now. This whole thing that says you need 2 years experience means nothing if you have a practical application. If you have an application sitting out there for somebody to see, that 2-year experience means nothing. Oh, no, he has a functional application. Oh, he's already making money. No. We can take him. Because I wouldn't have been able to get inside the bank because I don't have a degree. I'm just a street kid that happened to study some technology before everybody knew to start studying. Sorry for the crunching. That's the truth. And this is what I'm doing again. And I'm showing you exactly what I'm studying. This right here, this Node.js, the most important programming language to learn right now. Blockchain on Haskell. Outlaw Crypto LLC. Look at the names, man. They remind me of pirates again. Outlaw Crypto. Celsius. That's a big company. Front-end developer. That's designers. Amazon. AWS. EC2. See? I show you that these industries mean more. Let's go into this one, actually. Let's go into this one. I wanted you to see this. Right? So what we do is we look and they tell you financial needs. So they're in like probably DeFi or the back end, right? What's next for Celsius? Also knowing the company, being on their website, going through their due diligence, looking at what they do. So before you ever just apply to somebody, go do a background check on the company. Do the due diligence as if you were going to buy the company, right? And like almost to the point, would you invest in the company? This is the difference that I'm going to be doing this time is I can look at these companies like, oh, well, they're hiring. Let me look at them. 3 to 5 years, they want JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. That means you're fluent. That means you got to know how to program it from scratch. That's what that means. They don't want you to they want you to know it inside and out. Comfortable working with TypeScript, React. These are all frameworks. They want you to know a framework. They want you to have a Bachelor of Science or computer or related technical field or equivalent experience. See what I'm saying? This has always been my back end. If they straight up just tell me you need a bachelor, I don't write you. I'm not bothering you. See, but with this or equivalent experience, all I have to do is have prototypes. If I have 3 prototypes of software that they can functionally see and test, or I can show videos or screenshots of, or have a functioning version of it. Here, this is my functioning version. Here, you can take a look at it. Click around. How did you do this? I did it like this. Experience with Adobe Suites. So Adobe. Or if you're on a Mac, the other Mac stuff. But Adobe. If you have this, it's a universal thing. Photoshop, InDesign, all that stuff. Adobe. So I would learn Adobe. I tell everybody, Adobe will get you into a job. If you just learn Adobe, you'll get jobs. Especially if you like art. You'll get jobs. Or you have products for clients, or you can get into a business of selling graphics for templates or graphics on that are used in to be resold over and over again, like graphicriver.net. You design something and people buy it for t-shirts. You could sell t-shirt designs over and over and over and over again. So there's money in Adobe or any graphic program, but this company is telling you what they'll accept. Have built front ends that hook with third-party APIs, so know how to work with APIs. In the case, this is a front-end developer job. It's a developer job. That word. That would, so for me, if I'm looking for a job and I have a graphic skill, I start learning all of the other stuff they're telling me they want. Adobe. Working on Amazon AWS. Spin something up on Amazon. Or spin something on Azure. I choose Amazon because it's cheaper. And everybody wants Amazon. Disciplined approach to development, including quality assurance and design patterns. So quality assurance is just going through checks and balances of your software, making sure things are not broken. And they just want you to be really proficient at designing more than what they ask for. That's a term that's basically over-deliver. If we ask you to do something small, don't think small. Over-deliver. Or tell them some crazy stuff you want to do, right? But you have to have the skill set for that. But there are plenty of jobs in blockchain besides just developer. Back-end engineer. Let's see what else they got. OpenShift sales specialist. So there's some sales stuff. Let's see. Product designer. Ideally have design products involving the use of crypto assets or blockchain technology, and are interested in simplifying user experiences in that space. Remote. Node.js developer. Blockchain developer. Partner, banking and financial markets. So IBM Global Services is look at that. Now that's something new. Didn't we talk about businesses are going to be their own bankers? So IBM is going to be their own bank now by having somebody know blockchain? I told you. And look at the salary. Hold on. Business sales, delivery executive, growing the table, picture yourself, blah, blah, blah. Partner, mandates for core banking processing, transformation opportunities, create solutions using IBM technology. Oh, is this somebody that they want you to build banking services? This might be a build out of a banking service. So they want to bring blockchains. I think I know what they're 12 weeks of parenting bonding leave. BFM. Business flow. Process. Look at this. Robotic process, RPA. Robotic process automation. What I told you with N8NIO. Where I said that or Zapier. That is what's called robotic process. So this is an automation banking financial markets. Okay, banking and financial markets. Interesting. Automation. They learn a lot. That's why you get paid the big bucks. Interesting. Not what I thought it was going to be. That's an interesting thing. Interesting job. Rust. Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. Rust is another programming language. What I'm doing is just looking at the job market, trying to see what software they're asking for. GraphQL, look at that. Yes, that is big. So knowing that, I have to learn that. So I know I got to learn GraphQL. So yeah, that I've known. So Rust, I probably won't learn Rust, but the GraphQL and Node.js are two things that I'm going to be learning and putting on my skill set this summer. Boom, boom. System as a service. Data Gumbo. Trusted transactional Gumbo Net. Associate partner for insurance. That's IBM. IBM's doing a lot of hiring. And this is blockchain. All I put in was blockchain. This is all Texas, right? We're in Texas. Let's see what's going on in Atlanta. I mean, that was just Texas. And I know Texas is going to be... Like, you can see how much jobs are in Texas. Like, that's crazy. How many jobs? And here we go. We got the data engineer crypto thing again. It's because these are remote jobs. Alpharetta, Java. Okay, so Alpharetta is going... my Indian brothers are Java to the T. So... let's see. Senior software engineer. See, it's a different level that they're asking for here in Atlanta. Senior Java engineer. Again, there's a lot of my Indian brothers that are deep into Java. So Java is the core of everything, but you don't have to. I mean, JavaScript is a base of Java. So technologies, blockchain, analytics, data. That's a data play. Accenture. That's why. Yep. Makes sense. Cyber coders. That is a agency. Atlanta remote. Senior software. Customer support. It's almost as if Texas has a better grasp of blockchain tech than Atlanta does. I'm gonna check New York in a minute. Back-end engineer, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, they're not talking about Node at all. It's just Java. Mining operations team member. So there's, mining. So getting into mining, learning how to mine cryptocurrencies can get you a job in certain places. That's the second mining job I've actually ever seen. I went to one interview a couple years ago to do a mining operation out here, but I didn't have any background in mining. Like, I'd never built a miner, and I'd never maintained a full professional mining facility. That's what I'm working on in my next iteration for this next cycle. Is I want to build a mining facility and manage the mining facility. And in doing so, now I'll know how to manage a mining facility, right? And now I want to work on managing multiple mining facilities then. And that takes me into another spectrum, another level. So, big thing, mining. I'm going to be doing that myself. Facilities team member, see? Again, data center, having a data center. So data centers are going to be powerful. So you're going to be looking at data center also as a business opportunity. Forensic technology, that's going to be for encryption. Data engineer, 135 to 145. Data pipelines, being able to mining pool, data, blockchain, data engineer, see? Data engineer. They want somebody to, so now I'm looking at something. Let's see, hold on. So being able to store stuff in databases, which is what I'm working on now. They're using PostgreSQL, that's like MySQL, so I can definitely use that. Or equivalent experience, see? I tell you. Understanding programming experience with at least one programming language. They don't care what it is, just experience with one. Knowledge of blockchain and mining pool industry. Know how to develop with Agile. Interesting, see? So we're seeing money in another industry. Money is in an industry. This industry has money. Banking, payments, management, Accenture. So let's see what's going on in New York. And then I think we can wrap this portion of the job thing up by saying that, do you see that blockchain? So in New York, CEO, boutique staffing. Really? For blockchain? Interesting. Okay. It says CEO positions opened up at boutique staffing, and I guess they want somebody to back blockchain technology backing. That's sick, right? Remote blockchain engineer, needs to know Golang, that's a language. AWS and DeFi preferred. See, experience. So look, just because you're learning crypto, please don't think that your crypto is I learned the internet. Crazy, huh? I learned how to use the internet, and when when the jobs were coming out, the jobs were saying that you had to have a skill with internet, be able to use a browser. It seems stupid, but that's Internet Explorer, this version, all of that was part of the way I got in. My resume just made me look like a computer geek. And that's all I had to do. Street kid knew enough about computers to put it on his resume. So what I'm showing you, why I'm taking time to do this, I want you to see how you reverse engineer the job market to your benefit. Because $100,000 job, the jobs I was looking for were $75,000 at the time. When I got my job at Citibank, I got around $40,000. They got a deal with the skill set. I had all the skills, I just didn't have the education, so they got a way around it. So a $70,000 job without the degree gives you still a decent salary. See? And if you have a degree, good. Now, even if your degree isn't in that thing, you use the skill sets to pad it up. Now you have your degree as your extra backing. But it's not a necessity. I haven't needed it. And school's even less necessary these days, it seems, right? Because so many people have debt and they're not even doing their jobs and they know it's a Ponzi. Education system's a Ponzi. Oh, man, our whole damn system of business is a Ponzi scheme. That's why they call it the American dream. It's a dream that's deferred. But you've got to come up with your own way to monetize your pocket through resets. We're going through a reset. That reset means you need to think different. You need to think. I tell you about products. I tell you about being on the blockchain. I tell you about being a creative. Those are our easy fruits, right? Those are the low-lying fruits to get you paid, to get you some revenue, and you're on chain doing work and you're getting some small money. Then I'm slowly telling you, while you're doing your other jobs that you've got to survive through right now, start studying the other things that will give you the leg up you need, or get yourself in position. Either by having a product or service online, like we talked about. If you're in music, they'll be putting your music through multiple blockchains. You're going to have to turn this into a business, man. And in the news, I'm going to show you some stuff. The reason why I started with this first, it was on purpose. Because in the news, it's going to prove my point. Senior data engineer, blockchain knowledge. Cloud, meaning Amazon Web Services, right? I'm seeing the same thing. Must have Web3 and Ethereum blockchain experience. dApp experience, backend dApp developer. Hold up. Wait. Wasn't that what I was telling you? Hold on. Let's go back to the Discord. What did I say right here? Dope. I've been doing this. Build serverless Web3 dApps. Morales. Using this technology, using their backend, using their information to be able to build a dApp, a Web3 dApp, would give me what? Boom to boom in Brooklyn, New York. That's not the only place, y'all. I'm showing y'all the truth. As for when I say the truth, I'm showing you, I'm not hiding nothing. I'm not giving you information that's like getting ready to expire. And I'm giving you stuff that I'm not using. I'm giving you something I've used for years to give me the leg up for the next cycles when cycles change. I haven't done this for years. I used to do this every year when I was first in the internet because I had to keep changing my skill sets to keep up. And after a while, being a web developer, with just PHP and WordPress, I was ahead. But then I rode it too long. I should have been in blockchain already. I'm a little bit behind the schedule, but at the same time, I've got some software that gives me a leg up. I told you. I'm not giving you nothing I'm not truthfully gonna do. .io. How am I gonna get into Node? Right? How am I gonna program Node.js? Full support for what? Node.js. What did I tell you? Visual development, rapid development. I'm going to rapidly develop applications to get in the door. As long as they're working, as long as they're on Docker, as long as I'm doing a decent we're in a new world. Low code, no code doesn't mean that it's broke code. It just means we want to get to applications. We want to get things working. We don't want to just, everybody's built, every app we could think of has been built. Now it's not about, there's no one app fits all. Businesses need custom things built. So with this tool, this will give us the edge over a lot of people who are going to be hand coding crap in a world that's not hand coding anymore. And this with N8N.io, because I'm giving y'all the goods, right? Submission to Google Forms. And this is a whole video teaching you how to do this thing. And it's basically a drag and drop situation. Hold on. Let me go here. Apps and nodes, right? I wanted you to see something. Again, just in case you haven't seen this already, this thing connects to Amazon. Bubble, CoinGecko, grabbing data from them. GitHub, being able to put software up, automating Google calendars, getting stuff on BigQuery. That's working with blockchain right now with Google. Google's working with somebody's GraphQL. Didn't I say I have to learn GraphQL? So I now have a tool that automates and I can send it GraphQL, receive back information, stick stuff where I want to. Let's see. Keep MailChimp. So if I want to do mailings, Excel, if I want to put things in an Outlook and all that other stuff, right? PayPal. I'm just showing you just S3. That's Amazon still. Rocket Chat. Salesforce again. Shopify. Sales, right? Spotify, music, playlists, Stripe, again, payments, data from payments, WordPress, e-commerce, sales, YouTube. I'm going to be using this just to even change out my damn descriptions and put my tags in. So there's plenty of things that you can make as software to have prototypes that people can be inspired and impressed by. And that's the work I'm going to be working on for the rest of my year. Getting myself ready so that by the end of this year, I can start talking to clients, putting Node.js stuff in the cloud. Right? So that's the hack. I just wanted to show you how to go into like Indeed, look in your city, put in blockchain, and understand what you're learning is not a fad. That there's actual physical jobs, and data engineer, you can learn how to do that. ETL, pipelines, again, that's the stuff that I'm talking about with this stuff. You can use this to do that ETL. Right, what, hold on, Control F, ETL. Is it on here? It's not on here? No, it's not on here. I thought there was a thing with the ETL, whatever. Is their company name? What was that? Yeah, but data pipelines. Hold on, let me see this. BigQuery. We saw that already, right? Hadoop, BigQuery, Elasticsearch, Spark, data warehousing, knowing how to store data. One of the things I'm learning now. Or, see, I keep telling you that equivalent experience is always in tech. Because they know there's geniuses that quit school. They know there's geniuses that they have in this field, like Mark Zuckerberg that quit school, like Bill Gates that quit school. So they can't say having an engineering degree if you were bored because you're a tech nerd and you were bored to tears and you're like, well, bump this, I'm just going to build my own app. And again, if you have the software, they understand. This is a different field, y'all. All right, so I've harped enough about that, but I wanted you to see the hustle. I wanted one new hustle, a job hustle for you. You can reverse engineer jobs, putting it in blockchain, even if you put in like Photoshop. Like if that was your only skill set, here's the jobs in New York that are looking for Photoshop. Social media manager, forums, community. See, blockchain properties, content designer, entertainment, Tops, the Tops company, blockchain properties, digital collectibles, Tops. What technology? Hold on, this might be y'all just talking to y'all today. Y'all might have given me a reverse engineer thing that I want to look at. Do they have any specific cryptocurrencies that they talk about? Multi-platform product portfolio. These are all the things that are going to be making NFTs for y'all. I just want you to understand that. We need to figure out who they're making this for. Who's getting the tops? Because evidently, look at this. Look. Airbnb. It includes their digital services. Bottle Pop, Juicy Drop, Finders Keeper, Bubble Gum. That's a blow pop, push pop, Bazooka Candy. You understand how crazy this is? WWE. Yo, we need to figure out who is this? Who are you using? Do we have to know Ethereum? What? Card designs, okay. Here we go. Functional skills. Creating original templates. All right, so here you go. Here's how you reverse engineer your job, right? Here's how you do it. So I'm looking at if you want to become a content designer for a company who's in blockchain and you want to design their stuff, this is what your portfolio is going to need to have. I'm going to be working on this my damn self. So this is the homework for any graphic designers out there. So you're going to be creating original templates for the digital trading cards and collectibles, right? So you're going to have the card designs. Structuring templates so that the subject, logos, colors can be easily changed. So making it dynamic, right? So understanding how to build a dynamic system. Oh, so we might have to come up with a dynamic system for NFT generation. Could that be a product for ToxicHustle? Meeting deadlines. And so this might be y'all, we might have a business idea right here. To be able to target companies like this. This is how you pull out a case study for yourself. I think we just found a case study unbeknownst, man. I was just trying to help y'all understand how to hack a job, and I ended up hacking a client. So check this out. 3 to 5 years experience in graphic design, all right? Preferably in sports and entertainment. So you can easily design up a sports portfolio. cutting out sports people, putting things together. Like I did this to get myself like to look like a magazine, an agency. Like I was working for magazine agencies by just cutting out models and putting them into other scenes. Like it was just as simple as that. Taking models, putting them in other scenes with other products, and building out my portfolio that way. All right, so now again, I told y'all Photoshop it gets you through the door, but that's not all, right? They want expert knowledge, which you can gain in Photoshop, and knowledge of the entire Adobe suite: Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere. See, I told you, learning Adobe gets you jobs. Just learn that. Learn every Adobe. If you have a graphic bone in your body and you like art and you want to make money, learn the entire Adobe suite. You will always be able to put some type of money in your pocket. Even designing CD covers for people's music projects. $10. $10 a CD cover. And I just get a bunch of templates and just change out the picture. Airbrush them. Pop them in there, boom, roll them out. Airbrush them. Pop them in there, roll them out. $10 a pop. When I was in hustle mode. That's why like my carpal tunnel's a mug, boy. 3 to 5 years, right? Experience in motion graphics, that's Premiere. After Effects and Premiere. Editing and animation, 3D, see? Telling y'all, that's why I'm taking y'all on a journey. I take y'all on a journey with me all the time. I get you in pocket. I'm getting you in pocket. When I showed you this company, I was getting you in pocket. If you're in graphics like me, I'm getting you ready for a virtual world, y'all. To be on the product side of the virtual world. This is her wearing a headband. Xsense is the company. I know exactly who that is. And then she's doing this virtual character actor thing. I told you, this is how you can make extra money. Animations, facial animations, voiceovers. You'll be doing it in 3D. Trying to tell you, this product right here and getting the suite of products here will get you in another career. Real illusion. I bet you start looking for jobs in this. Once you get yourself skilled up with this, it'll get you in the gaming industry. I told you I'm going to get in the gaming industry. Right? So when they say animation, any type of animation, cartoon animator, right? Cartoon animator, being able to animate cartoons. Right. Okay. Then we got the 3D animation joint, right? Actor core. We got all these animations right here. So you can basically get just about anything you need as far as animations that deal with chairs and sitting and training and film and games. They've got plenty of animations for you to go in here and link together to do stuff, right? Getting your portfolio up. Ability to work quickly and produce high quality work. I'm telling you how to optimize. Short turnaround times. That's how to work for. You have to know how to bypass a lot of things and what tools get you there faster. Not what tools are just industry standard just to be industry standard. Good pulse on design trends and the latest styles, out of the box creative thinking. Experience in 3D modeling, A+. Not needed, right? Because you know how to get all your models yourself. Experience in designing within a mobile gaming industry is A+. Because they want to get it on mobile industries. On mobile phones, excuse me. So they're telling you that whatever it is, it's going to be on mobile phones. For how that's... So there you go. That was just looking for blockchain and Photoshop work. Video content creator. So, now that you know how to reverse engineer your jobs, let me go and look at the news so I can kind of pick apart some of the stuff I was telling you about. Polygon, Matic, partner on a DeFi plan to spur Ethereum dApp development. Here we go. See? And I wasn't even trying, and it wasn't even about that today. And here we go, back on this. And I just grabbed this. And that wasn't for that. I did not plan this. I don't plan these things. But I go through and let my spirit take me where I gotta go and then see what it means to me. I just showed you there's plenty of jobs out here that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's plenty of industry. If there's hundreds of thousands of dollars being spent on developers, there's plenty of space in the pockets for money to be made. There's an industry forming and they're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's all I need to know. Right? So DeFi, dApp development, that's what we've been talking about, decentralized apps. Right? So Bitcoin battles that, whatever. Jay-Z's firm is getting into the metaverse, you know, those multiple universes we talked about, crypto tokens by Sensorium. Never heard of them, but you know, now that we have access to know what, you know, Nas and all these other guys are buying into, that's not a dumb dude. So it's a different hustle, right? When you can buy the same things that these people can buy if they're public. So let's check. Let's do the due deals, right? He's getting into a firm called Sensorium. Evidently, Senso has a ticker, right? So then that means we should be able to go here, paste that ticker in here, and there's the ticker. Okay, so now we can go to this ticker. First thing we're going to do is just check out the market and where can we buy it. Oh my goodness, we can buy it on Kucoin. You know where our Bitsgap robots are playing, right? Hold on. This is Kucoin. This is our Bitsgap robot. For those of you that link in the description, we built these robots out. One of our robots, our training robot, we built. This is not this one, but I built these and then built the training course about how to get your robots up. This robot has been trading for a while. It's done about 7% with the market dip. 7% because it's been running for 27 days. 19 days is the top line, right? Still earned 7% in a dip. The dip. And this is still dipping. And I just changed this one out. And it's already got 0.4% in transactions. And we've also stretched our grid points. For those of you that follow us in Bitsgap, we've now doing up to 74 grid lines, depending on if we have enough cash flow. For over $100, you can get close to 80 grid pairs. In some regards, you can't, like the shorter I went, like here with 20, you don't get as many, but we don't want to micro watch these anymore. So we're trying to stretch these out to higher amounts of grids and get rid of the lower numbers and go into higher transaction rates. We want to start making these bigger, but I wanted to prove that you can get these down for under $200. You can get into pairs for under $200, under $100. You can get into pairs and earn revenue, 3% on my earnings. So this is just, I always bring these up just to prove it to y'all, because I like y'all to know that we're still grinding away. It's still earning more than what we pay for. So that doesn't matter to us. All right, so let me go back. So it's on Kucoin, so I can get some. What's the cost? 92 cents. Okay, let's go back to the overview. What's the total supply? Choo-choo. Oh, it bumped on Jay-Z buying, but it didn't bump that much, y'all. It didn't bump that much because Bitcoin controls the waters, not Jay-Z. Because this thing might have blown up if Bitcoin wasn't pulling the market down, right? Is Bitcoin pulling the market down? Let me hit refresh. Not really. Not really. Bitcoin's kind of up, which is trippy, because you know I'm expecting this dip, so I'm waiting for the weekend. Like I said, I'm waiting for the weekend. I'm expecting a dip, and we formed it. We're forming it, and I'm believing it. So, but look, Senso is there. It's 9 cents. It's on KuCoin. Let's do some do on it. Let's do some do dilly, right? Let's go to their website. They've seemed to got a couple things. And Forbes.com, really? Forbes.com. Forbes.com. Why this Russian billionaire is creating a virtual reality world for music, festivals, and concerts. Do y'all get the play? Hold up. Did y'all just see that? Do y'all get the play? I just read the title from the bottom. If you look at the link down here, I just hovered over and that's what you can see what the full length of the URL is, right? Why this Russian billionaire is creating a virtual reality world for music festivals and concerts. So he is competing with all the other virtual worlds. You know what I say about virtual worlds plays, right? How bad or how high has this been? Let's look at the 90-day. It's still low. It used to be $2 back in May. It's down to in the 80s and 90s. It's still on a discount. So shoot, even seeing that, we're looking at a discount. 180 days, yeah. This is still look at the 180 day, $2.20. $2.27. That's a discount. Because when Bitcoin pulls the market back up to where it was, where we were, it's going to go back up to this. I've already made my profit right back into that pocket, right? If you watch Bitcoin and you're riding the waves like how I'm telling you these waves are going to ride, when this run up happens, it's going to break us back to this top side, which is where this was right before it broke down, right? That's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the patterns that I see on the chart. It was high right back here before the crash, and it went back to the levels where we are, where the levels where it was before it was up here for a little bit, right? Looking like the chart like we just saw. So when a chart goes back up, when Bitcoin pulls the market back up, it will pull this back up to where it was. It will pull this back up to where it was. So even from here to here, great profitability, I'm in. So let's look at the website. We bring connections, experiences out of this world. All right. Let's close that out. All right. They got a bunch of write-ups. So you already know it's all about that. So they've got a bunch of write-ups. So they've been talked about for a while. Entertainment and communications. So, you know me, communication platforms are important. I learned that what I missed about Microsoft being a stock was Microsoft was a new communication mechanism. People were going to go to offices to get on computers because not everybody had computers at home yet. That's why businesses don't work anymore. Because why am I now going to the office to sit on a computer that I have in my house? I have internet in my house. I actually have I've been having better broadband in my house than the internet I would get at my office. Period. Okay. Wasn't he with the basketball team? Would that be how Jay-Z and him hooked out? Social VR. What did I tell you about these multiverses, y'all? What did I tell you about multiverse coins? Presence. Industry leaders. Paramount. The Paramount. Okay. Epic Games. Yep. David Guetta, huh? Okay, who else is here? Carl Cox. Van Buren. Okay. Black coffee. All right. But you see David Guetta. So you know who they do. They doing them damn raves. Yep. Okay, gotcha. I got you. I kind of see what's going on now. So let's scroll down. Top technologies, virtual reality. We know it's machine learning because we really don't have no artificial intelligence yet. And blockchain technology, of course. Which is the team on it. Vladimir. Okay. We see what we see the country of interest. All right. Chicago, all right, Los Angeles, Montreal. So product development's there in Chicago. Of course, LA for motion capture studio. Oh, so that's 3D. Corporate office in the Cayman Islands. Oh, that's the blockchain. Gotcha. Montreal for product development. Okay, you got your artists in Canada. All right. Content development and business development in London, of course. So that's really where the headquarters is. Gotcha. Moscow has another motion studio. Okay, so we can capture some stuff here or here. Right. You handle the stuff in this region. We'll handle the stuff in this region. Gotcha. Business development. Though that business development, Zurich. Okay. That might be closer to the banks. And then Ibiza. Content development. DLT in Hong Kong. That's going to be decentralized ledger technology. That is your crypto. That is the actual crypto is in Hong Kong, China. Gotcha. And then, of course, we got to do some business development in Sydney. All right. So you kind of see where we see what we see, right? You saw what we saw? All right. Okay. So Jay-Z is in this one, huh? And because he's spoken, it's pumping a little bit, but at the same time it's on discount. So I'm probably, I don't know if I want to ride in this one or not. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if Jay-Z's picking the right one. I don't know if he got the right one on this one. For VR shows, do I think Sensorium's gonna be better than some of the other ones I've been looking at? Digital metaverse. Yeah, I may. Let me look. Let's look at this. All right, headsets, digital concerts, Sensorium, the technology, AI avatars, non-playable characters, Prism World. I mean, it's like I don't know, man. I mean, it looks dope, though. It does look dope. Build your digital self. Interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. All right, look. Like for me, it's an interesting. Like it's on Poloniex. It's on Kucoin. All right. It's ERC20. The Sensorium Galaxy will go live in the H1 2021. I guess the first half of 2021. So that means by June, it was supposed to have gone live. It was first introduced in 2019 at the Electric Entertainment Expo, or E3, in Los Angeles. All right, let's look at their social stuff, right? So they've got some Twitter, they got some see, they're not trying to build this. All right. There's things that I've always realized about the internet. It's about community, right? And while you may want to create whatever business you want to create, it doesn't mean that a community is going to form around you. Like, I've never bought Tidal. Tidal's cool. I've never bought into it. I make money where I make it. I may not make as much as being wherever. But I have numbers on my side that give me more plays to get more visibility. So when you're dealing with a community, how many people are talking about you? I can tell you right now, there is one community, y'all already know. I've already told you the title of it. Starts with an O. We're not doing that because I still got to buy some more. And that one is competing with this. And there's some others that are competing with this. Like, having something so narrow focused for musicians in VR space is a very narrow idea. Like, that's so narrow. It's so narrow. Like, as a musician, I know you want your own thing and you want a music experience, but not everything gets it. Not everything deserves that anymore. And music has just always just been the backing track of life. We've got to understand that that's where it's always going to be relegated to. Unless you're in a space that you're just going to be absorbed by music. Which could be concerts, visual, and the music, right? But the vision has to happen. A boring ass show is a boring ass show. There's just not any community here. They've got 18,000 Twitter followers. Like, the last thing they said was, all right, give away us some Senso. VR move with a purchase Senso tokens from 100 Beck Sensorion Corporation. So they bought some Senso coins, some Senso beans, right? Basically, so like this Senso, that sounds like the damn stuff from Dragon Ball Z. So they bought some Senso beans. Like, that's cool. Doesn't mean I believe it, but it's cool. I don't know. I might grab a little bit, see how it rides. I'll put some I'll put a bot to trade on the back end, and if it grows, it grows. This way I'm not really investing in it. I'm investing in the potential revenue it generates. I guess the interest rate from volatility. So there's that. New York legislation proposes that public officials disclose their crypto holdings annually. Yeah, man. They want to know who you got in your account. What's in your wallet? Remember? What's in your wallet? That's what they want to know. So that there's no conflict of interest, because crypto is becoming, as I told you, the infrastructure of the new internet. So you might be holding infrastructure in your pocket that might have you leading specific things and legislations to help said things in your pocket. Right? What's going on the other side? Russian lawmakers prepare legal amendment to compensate crypto. That's going to be interesting, right? Argo blockchain, a cryptocurrency mining firm, awaits secondary listing on NASDAQ. Okay. This I have said over and over. Why do I keep doing the same thing, right? What do I say? There's only 21 million Bitcoin. 18.5 has already been mined. 6 million is locked in wallets that lost their password and can never come out to play ever again. The last Bitcoin will be mined in 2140. That's about 118 years. Only 900 Bitcoin is mined a day. And all of that is never making it to market anymore because it's bought up by the richest of the richest whales. So, it's not hitting the market. So, any Bitcoin you see that you can buy, that is Bitcoin that you're not supposed to have, according to the banks. And that is what is happening. I keep telling you that there's going to be a supply problem. Bitcoin analyst says supply shock underway as BTC withdrawal rate spikes to 1-year high. People are taking their Bitcoin off of the servers and the exchanges, putting it in their cold wallets. Like I told you, I put my shit in my cold wallet. And you stick it in your cold wallet and you leave it be. You're not selling it. You're not going to sell it. You're going to keep hunting for other people leaving their Bitcoin on the table for you to grab it up during this accumulation. Because soon you're going to want Bitcoin and the price of it's going to go higher and higher. Scarcity, guys. Scarcity. And then the people that have the Bitcoin say, I'm not selling it for any less than this now. See? That's how it plays with the halvening cycle. That's what I mean when I say when there's a halvening, it changes everything. Because Bitcoin has to go up the next cycle. It has to. Why? How much they make in Bitcoin has dropped. So Bitcoin has to go up. When the halvening cycle stops and Bitcoin doesn't have to go up anymore to cover the expenses, then we're good. Bitcoin stops controlling the river every 4 years, 3 years, right? But right now, it doesn't stop being the supply issue. How many people are buying Bitcoin? Who's buying Bitcoin? Countries, corporations, not-for-profits, individual investors, individual billionaires, billionaire businesses, millionaire businesses, hedge fund managers. 650 banks are going to be selling crypto because they've already bought up some. How could they sell what they do not have? No, they have it now, y'all. So this is what I've been telling you as to why Bitcoin will hit $100,000. Called this shot back in June. It is going to happen. It has no damn choice. While that's going on, right, on BTC, Ethereum is adding over 5 million new unique addresses in 30 days. That means more and more people are good, and they're staking it in ETH2 contracts. And by the way, that APR that we're getting is now going to be postponed for another 30 days. Because they can't get Ethereum launched in time. Giving, again, what I say, Cardano, an opportunity to get right in this pocket and play. They better launch in August. If not, they only better launch in September when Cardano launches. And then you've got all the Polkadot and the side chain stuff that are now starting to build their own chain, tired of waiting on Ethereum to run. We'll see whether or not the London the fork, the not fork, but the rollout, that's the new upgrade that needs to happen. And now they pushed it back to August. And that's not even, this article says that tempers are going off because, that's the date they're giving, but that might not be the date that they hit. They may get delayed again. That's why I say if they delay, because this is already delayed. Like, let's not be cute. They're already late to the game. And that's fine. You want it to be right. But because you wanted to steer the ship, because he wanted to steer an aircraft carrier of a piece of software rather than a tugboat. He designed a big aircraft carrier now, and to turn and go another direction with the technology is going to take a lot of momentum. That's the reason why Cardano, the former developer on Ethereum, Charles Hoskinson, went a different way. And yes, he's been late to the game too, so I'm not letting him off either. But I haven't had to go through all that. I'm only going through it now. But everybody's late. Ethereum was supposed to be on like version 3 by now. Just saying. So there's that. So this there's blood in the water, there's a little hint of blood in the water with Ethereum, just because now I'm looking at Cardano and Binance Smart Chain and Solana and Matic and Chainlink, and you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going, right? All these things that are helping you or getting ready to usurp you are all there working, and you're still trying to get this upgrade done. I get it. You want it to be right, but I'm just saying. China's war on Bitcoin just hit a new level with its latest crypto crackdown. What did we talk about? Hold on, because y'all think I'm playing when I tell you the insights that some of the people I follow, where they get their insights from. I get my insights from June 23rd. After the crackdown, we will not see any new crackdown policy for at least 2 weeks. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone, this is the 2-week mark. After the big crackdown from the last crackdown 2 weeks ago, when the miners gave that last gasp and people had to move out, it was 2 weeks ago. That's all I'm saying. It's just how they run. So, here we are. It calls for a shutdown of a company that was suspected of providing software services for virtual currency. Software services. They are not playing as far as wanting what they want. That yuan their digital yuan is going to be number one in their country, period. That's what this is about. I told you, this is a new Cold War. Whose crypto is number one? That crypto is tied to a digital asset. That digital asset is their digital central coin. That digital central coin, if it then leaks out and is better than the US dollar, what then happens if people start holding yuan or the digital yuan over the US dollar, or transacting it in digital worlds all over rather than the US dollar? The US dollar means nothing. It's already not even trying to be used for oil anymore, right? The dollar standard is falling away. They got the dollar yuan, or the standard yuan now. They trade in their own Chinese currency in oil. Being able to, they can if they wanted to, if China really wanted to, since they still dig up diamonds, dig up oil, and dig up coal, gold and coal, if they wanted to, they could peg their assets to a single digit unit. And flood the market slowly with it. Just saying. So when I say we have a new Cold War, it's an economy, because there's no borders anymore. Borders got cracked. Like, I can work for a company overseas and receive cryptocurrencies for that product, service, or whatever. Right? So they've got a different issue to work on. Dow behind DeFi Pulse Index raises 7.7 million from Galaxy Digital. What do I keep telling you about Dows? Y'all not getting that I give you really good information. Use the Dow Luke. Dows are coming. Are you ready? I give you the game early. DAOs are the new corporation, y'all. A DAO can be Ethereum is the largest decentralized autonomous organization. Anybody can work anywhere. All you need is a wallet address. I can be paid in cryptocurrencies. That's all that means. And that there's an organization that has voting rights, and you vote on things with the crypto you hold. See? That's shares. That's no different. How much do you hold? There we go. And behind that, why I put that there was because I saw this. Wyoming legally recognizes the first DAO in the United States. Decentralized Autonomous Organization. What did I tell you? That DAOs are the new corporation. Adobe, if they wanted to, could just say this, you know what, screw the stock market. I'm going to create the Adobe coin, and we're going to tie that to how many our subscription rates and the subscriptions that we got coming in, and that's our float. So now we can turn some of our float and peg it to the US dollar and create our own alternative coin. Come on now. They could create a stable coin if they wanted to. Any company that has incoming income and floatable income could then create a pegged coin. You could easily peg a coin. I'm just saying. All you have to do is hold the summary weight of said thing in an asset. I wouldn't hold it in dollars because that's not worth the money it's printed on. That's all I'm saying. Right? So you're seeing Wyoming is legally recognizing a DAO. That's not the last one. DAOs are the new corporation. They have their own constitution, their own regulations, everything. It's inside what's called consensus. That's why I said software is going to change now. I don't need to give my login information to Google to log into nothing, or Facebook to log into nothing. I log in through my own wallet to any app, DApp, on the planet. And it knows me from my wallet address, and that's all that matters. That's it. There is your new apps. There are your new applications. There are your new entry points to new systems. That is the new systems that can now give you voting rights to vote on stuff. Don't believe me? Here's another decentralized application, right? And look, under governance, if I had my tokens, I could vote on things. See? There's things I can vote on. So that is a new thing that you can do in blockchain. Governance is huge. And that means you can now have corporations that run autonomously without them. That's why I said CEOs are not going to be necessary. The systems will maintain themselves. Strategy is what's important. That's why I'm the strategy officer. I don't run my CEO title to the ground. It's not as important. Bitcoin targets 36,000 key Wyckoff level, like I've been talking about. That thing is there. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff from yesterday. All right, so now, of course, I know my news is the first thing you see is about Jay-Z, right? Because it comes from our news. And that we went through that already. Financial titan UPS issues dire warning and suggests investors steer clear of crypto. Yeah, a bank is telling you to get away from crypto. I wonder why. Yeah. ARK Invest becomes first asset manager to reveal fees for Bitcoin ETF. So now we're saying, hey, if y'all going to keep telling me that we're going to reject it, I'm going to tell everybody in the world how much it's costing me for you to continually reject me getting an ETF. Let's start talking about how much you're costing these businesses. Just keep saying no. Then all of a sudden people are like, oh, we're wasting money like that when people are starving and da-da-da-da-da-da, and you're not. Yeah, man. See, they're going to keep playing. They can't keep suppressing the market. It'll stop soon. I'm not worried about that. Big money buying Bitcoin. Know that. Ethereum. We know that. XRP. Told you, because it's a data play now. We know that. Polkadot, data play. We know that. Cardano, data play. We know that. Bitcoin Cash. I think there's a data play in there. I heard something, but I have to research that. But you can see Bitcoin because it's the number one coin. So, 4 crypto assets soar 100% or more in just 1 week as Ethereum leads altcoin bounce. Let's see what they're talking about in the past week. Axie Infinity. Blockchain-based game. Seen that game a couple times. Another altcoin, KCS. That's Kucoin. I've been buying that up on the low. It was 686. Now, boop. Yeah, man. Told you, exchange coins. Y'all need to keep what you keep on and buy I told you there's assets I always buy in the dip. Exchange coins. I had an opportunity. Bow. Let's see. The third crypto asset that's making strides this week is cross-chain decentralized platform Alpha Finance. Okay, I gotta look into that. 41 to 88 cents, still low, under $1. I'd still like to grab some of that while Bitcoin's holding things down. And next up is perpetual protocols. All these protocols, $5 to $11. So we'll see. All right, so that's interesting. Those are some coins that we got to check in. Thank you, AI. Allied Payment Partners, New York Dig. Again, these people are the ones that told you that the banks, hundreds of banks, hundreds. They only said hundreds. They ended up being 650 banks. They've like made it seem like it was only be 300, 400. Nah, man. 650 banks. If each one of those banks have at least 1 million people. Or let's just say 500,000. Good Lord. All right. Adds Bitcoin to corporate treasury. So they put it in their own treasuries. I told you, businesses are stacking crypto. Scarcity. I don't think y'all get it. These 5 altcoins flashing signs of life after crypto collapse. All right, which ones? I bet you it's data plays. Let's see. Solana. Sol. Data play. eGold. That's another platform that also has data. Infrastructure. Data play. Blur. Graph. GRT. Data play. Boy, I tell you. And a game. A play as you earn game. That's another thing. Play as you earn. Play to earn. Big thing. Hash graph. Hydra hash graph. Data play. See? I think we know that I know what I know because I know what I need and I know what I need. So I know what I know. Tether and stablecoin FUD overblown. Yep, because the United States does not like any other coin but its own thing. USDC. I hold on to it, but in the regular world with all these other things, Tether reigns supreme. Don't have to like it, just the way it is. Tesla facing up to 100 million Bitcoin impairment loss and second quarter price slump. Yes and no, y'all. Y'all don't know what he's done. He's bought more. He bought some, wrote it up, got some money. He footed it out, crashed down. He's bought some more. He just ain't told you when it goes back up, and then it goes back up. He's going to sell all of that at premium profits when the market ends in November. And then he'll be telling everybody in the spring what he did. We know. So, I'm not worried about that. Crypto exchange employee siphons. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. There was a exchange called Cryptopia. Used to be where you got all your crypto, like the scam coins were there. But some early adopters, you'd go there to get your early coins. Basically, I had stuff there, but I didn't pull it all out. And the exchange died, closed, got hacked, whatever. And Lost everything in there. Wasn't much, thankfully, because I keep my stuff in my own wallets. Cold storage, y'all. Cold storage. Not my wallet anyway. It's a corporate. It's the business wallet now. So, yeah. So evidently, yeah. Stealing private keys. Woo. Yeah, so that's why you don't trust your stuff on exchanges, especially the exchanges that have weirdo coins. Right? Where you get these first mover coins. I get them up, I get them out. I pay the fees to remove them. As long as you have like under 2 Bitcoin withdrawal, most likely they'll let you just go. So just grab your stuff and get them on your own wallets. You can use your MetaMask. That's what I've been doing. Stashing them in your MetaMask, pop them in MetaMask, chill out. That way they're always with you. Unless it's the cold storage stuff, then put it on your MetaMask, move it over to your cold storage. Stick it in your cold storage. Virtual currency. I'm just going through the stuff that we've already seen. Just running through that. All right. Top trader flips bullish on 2 altcoins. The top trader, synthetics. That's gonna, yeah. There's a big thing about synthetics. Synthetics is bringing synthetic stocks to a lot of these, the back end. So they'll bring like Apple or any of that stuff. They create a synthetic asset, and you can bring that synthetic asset over and trade it on the blockchain. So you can bring stocks as synthetics and instruments onto the blockchain, and they're making a business out of that. So yeah, that's going to be the next thing. And the other one is sushi. I am not surprised. Sushi Swap, y'all, if you're not using Sushi Swap, I'm telling you right now, Sushi Swap is where you can get your coins. I am not tripping, man. And Sushi Swap, you can make some money. So I've actually been in Sushi Swap using it a lot. Buying some coins that I can't buy anywhere else to stick it in my damn wallet. So Sushi Swap and or again Pancake Swap because it's Binance and it's cheaper fees, or any swap platform on the Matic network like Quick Swap is another good one. So let's see what else we got. Parabolic Bitcoin rally. Yep. When? 3rd phase, 4th phase? Yeah, they're talking about what happened last time. Yep. The analyst that predicted the $19,000 rise says to his, again, 200 and something followers. You know, they always wanted to have, I think this robot just does that. I think there's an automatic robot that does that to just have that as a title and a subscription. I guess it is because the robot is here, huh? Let's see. If Bitcoin cycles 2017 boom cycle. Yep, we're going through this cycle, this little hump here, and then it's going to be a rapid thing. The 4th wave correction, similar to Bitcoin. Consolidating in the next few months. I don't think so, bro. I don't think you're catching something, but I don't think you're catching it all the way. And this is the one with Jay-Z and the metaverse. So we got it. All right. Let's see what's going on in business. Quitting their jobs. You know what we're talking about today. The exodus. Right? And I'm telling you, I also said to you, not only are you can concentrate on there's a lot of exodus happening, but there's people leaving because the job, in their soul, they know that job is going to be gone. Why stay someplace where you know that there's a termination date, right? You got to move on to other waters. So the waters right now are where all the investment money is at. I already showed you the investment money on the at the beginning of the video. I showed you in the market. I showed you in the job market on Indeed how to find it, right? Showed you in blockchain. There's plenty of money. How to attract employees back to the office. Yeah, you got to raise some money. Gonna get some more guapage for these people to come back. Why are they putting their life in risk for them? Now may be the time to ask for a raise because of soaring pay is temporary. Yeah. Get that money up while you can. Or make your migrations. How to market skills from an entry-level job to display on your resume. No, get yourself more products underneath your portfolio. Get yourself a portfolio. Like, portfolios win. If you're in a job that doesn't have a portfolio, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do but have certifications. That's why I chose an easy route. My easy route are portfolio-based jobs. If you're in the software business, you have a portfolio. If you're in the graphic media business, you'll have a portfolio. The media industry is the best industry to be in anyway. Why? It's the one that's going to be growing because that's the only thing that we're going to be doing and creating is media. We don't mine or get anything out of the ground anymore. Ask yourself logistically, what other businesses are we going to have? What are we going to do new? Right now, what's new coming? There's some new industry. What is it? Where is it? I only know one. I can only see one. I can only see the funding in one. I can only see billions of dollars going into one. Okay. That means if the banks are putting money in there, the infrastructure for digital is where they're playing. They're playing for the digital real estate play, which means all the digital assets, all the digital companies they can buy with the Bitcoin they now hold. As Bitcoin goes to $1 million in 10 years, it'll hit $1 million. Not this cycle, not next cycle. Maybe the cycle after that. That's if we're even on another, if we keep riding Bitcoin cycle. Again, if another cryptocurrency can come in and take the number one spot, it will control the tide. Bitcoin controls everything right now. So if I look at these, I'm looking at business, it's like, do you need all that real estate space? So for me, the job market is not really, and I'm gonna show you something too. Hold on. In my news, I haven't hit this in a little while, and I noticed that I saw some news that I hadn't talked about, which is if you go into, I have tech and the bandwidth, right? And I also have AI and machine learning. And I know I put some stuff in there today. Here it is. AIML today. All right. So now, graphics card prices fall sharply for the second month in a row. Why? Bitcoin is down. The miners are leaving. It was not profitable for them. They're getting out. Now, I'm not going to buy any hardware until Bitcoin crashes in the end of the year. And I'm not buying any until April, May of next year when Bitcoin settles at a bottom price. And then I'll start looking at hardware again. How to use a Raspberry Pi to make a home air quality monitor. Again, I told you, getting into hardware. Manufacturing items. Products, right? Wasn't there a product person, a product owner? Was one of the things that made $100,000 a year. Drone operators. I know that's going to be license-based. And also Windows 11 on ARM runs well on a Raspberry Pi 4. So Windows 11 is getting ready to come on a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is getting ready to be 16 gigabytes of RAM on board. So I'm telling you, it's going to be powerful enough to run operations at scale in a decentralized cloud manner. Y'all don't understand the Internet of Things are going to be powerful. Why you don't want to have your own memory, your own storage in your own place anymore is because these people, hackers, exploited a 0 day. What that means is on day 0 of you buying that piece of equipment, you had an exploit in that thing from the minute you bought it. So this is an exploit that can basically wipe out your entire hard drive device. Now, if you look at that, that's what happens with a lot of these centralized machines. If I have a website on a server and it only has the one database and I don't have backups, I can't get back my site. It's gone forever. Now we're trying to start looking at our items being stored and pieces of it being stored in other places and paying for that. So that's all going to be a business. GitHub launches Copilot to power pair programming with AI. GitHub is where they write code. AI is helping them write code. I'm trying to tell y'all don't understand that the job market is going to go away. But between time, if I'm writing code, could I now have AI give me better code? So I could look like a rock star because my code is so well. It's written so well. Or because I'm now using GitHub with AI, they're like, well, I'll hire you because you actually know how to utilize the tools that we need you to utilize. And you're writing less buggy code. Wearable display, that's augmented reality. ARM processors, those are the small chips. For 5G, edge, small computers, Internet of Things. Infrastructure for the Internet of Things. So, again, the news is showing us. Will AI coding assistants like GitHub's Copilot, which we just talked about, transform developers' jobs? Yes. Programmer, GitHub. Oh, this is the biggest news, is that now GitHub and OpenAI that writes code. They're letting people know it's coming. This is just the sneak peek of it. It does way more. I've seen it. So, just wanted you to see that even though I'm talking about development, understand that those jobs are going away. That's why I'm going in media. Or 3D printing, where I manufacture stuff, becoming a product developer. I got to put more stuff into the 3D print zone. What's going on in real estate? Oh, no, actually, tech in the bandwidth. Let me see if I have anything here. Again, Raspberry Pis. I need to change that out. It's really just single board computer, too heavy. Your business. I think we went through everything. Inflation. 6 days ago. These are all old. All right. So, yeah. Let's look at the hash rate. I didn't look at it. We're still going up. Hash rate's going back up. Miners are coming back online. 28. Fear index is going up, which is not bad. But let's see if the manipulator is still manipulating, right? Let's check the master manipulator. Let's go down here to look at the yesterday was the 6th. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Stairway to Heaven slam. And he's held it down. Is 1K also exodusing? Yep. 100 is collecting. I knew it before I knew, right? And then the 10s are collecting. The 1s are going to collect now. The 01s will collect, but y'all are all being led to the slaughter because when they came down, they're actually not. The 0.01s still don't believe the hype, and they shouldn't because they're scared, and they should be because Senor is right here, slammed it back down. You don't think he can go one more level down? To go to 83 or something like that? He's keeping it flat at 84. He came down from what this level was, 85. It used to always be 85, right? Then he brought it up here. Then he wasn't good enough for that. He brought it down. Since this level doesn't seem to be triggering what he wants, I'm waiting to see if he's going to go one more down. I think he has enough in his coffers to do it. So, we will see. We shall see. But I'm telling you, like, if you look at the charts, how I've already told you where I felt my triggers were, told you that this was going to potentially be a dip zone. The dip zone came to pass. Told you we're in a dip zone. This one is fighting through. You and I both know what's going on. The $300 million wallet still slam. He did a Stairway to Heaven slam and he's held it. But what he's been doing is he's been snitzeling into other things. But remember that the 100K wallets are the secret accumulators, and they will do this and then bang, slam down, then do this, then bang, slam down. So I don't believe the hype because I've seen how far they can go. The manipulators still play, so I know how low this can go, and whenever they decide to signal, that's where they'll bounce it back. They'll bring it right back. Remember, we're dealing with manipulators who told to Uncomplications said in April 25th that by the end of May, they wanted us down in the 28 to 32 zone. 28 to 32 zone. End of May, 28 to 32 zone. We were in that zone, 32, right here. We've been playing in that zone. This is the zone they've been wanting us in. We've got a run-up getting ready to happen. But we are at a dip point, like I've called back in the 21st of June. We're at that point. Because this is systematic. These bastards have been playing a masterful computerized game. Bitcoin is systematic. So we understand this. We know we've got in the dip zone. And I see that we've got some strength and going the other direction. I mean, there is some weakness pulling it back up, but I don't believe it. Let's go into the 3 minute, right? Where are we right now? Right now, we're in negative territory. Right now. Okay, 10 minutes. We were in positive territory 10 minutes ago. Okay, 30 minutes. Over the 30-minute timeline, we're in negative territory. So in the 10-minute timeline, we look like we're in positive territory. In the 3-minute in the 30-minute timeline, we look like we're in the negative territory. Okay, so for a quick second, we look good, but we're now in negative. All right, so let's keep moving. 1 hour territory. Well, for an hour, we're in negative. So we have 3 minutes of bliss, but we got some straight negative, right? Let's go to 3 hour. 3 hours still, it's a little bit positive for the 3 hours. So that means from the 6 hours up, we got positive. Yeah, we got positive. See? 6 hours up, 12 hours, we've got positive. We got a skirt in the negative right here. And on the day, we're in the positive. Yes, we're up on the positive, but again, what do? We start with our lows, we get into our present time, and we stretch out into the past. Like, this is the present, this is the past. As we go in, we're using more old data to give us more overall data. So I can get a week's worth of data, and I can look at a negative sentiment over an entire week. Or I can look at a negative sentiment right now that's happening. Look at that. The thing just dropped down. Splitting away means a pull away, right? So now in the 10-minute, yeah, I can say we're going to be closing in. And you can see this closing down, getting narrower and narrower. This is crossed into the negative, right? I go into the 30 minutes, we're already in the negative. So I already have negative sentiment over a 30-minute block start. And then if I go in the hour, I'm in a negative. And if I go higher, it looks like we're in a positive, but I'm in a window that says we're in a negative sentiment zone. Now, I only use that just to know where we are. I know that we're dealing with, and I got to go into the actual day, excuse me. I know we're in manipulation. So I can't use sentiment analysis by itself. I have to also look at some of the past pattern analysis. And the past pattern is there was a dip, here's a dip, because this was supposed to be a dip and it spiked up. This was supposed to be a dip, but it spiked up. But those were just signs that we were getting ready to have this run up, this major run up, right? We've signaled for that this needs to run up. But I also know when we're going to run up based off of some past data. So after the halvening point, we've got our run up and we haven't hit our marks yet. So this is the first major run up for the year. This will be the second major run up for the year. Right? This was really the first run up for the year down here. But I mean, this is the summer, the first phase summer run up, right? So we're going to get back up here. And then this one breaks us through, maybe gets us higher than the other numbers. And even November-ish, there's a slight little spike like right in this window, but I'm not counting that. I'm in this pocket ready to get out. So, what do we know? What we know is that, the market is still primed for a little bit of negative. We looked at the news. The news is interesting, but I don't see anything that's telling me that we're going to start doing our run quite yet. We should have been done our run by now. Hold on. There we go. Like I said, there's some decent things happening, but like I said, with confiscating a crypto, disclosing legislation for the people that, there's a lot of news that can lead you into, not to say it's negative, but it makes you wary. China's new war, so that's why I'm saying this is all systematically planning out. But I also see a DAO getting legally recognized. So I also know that we're getting ready to start doing new things. New businesses, new jobs are getting ready to roll out, but they're going to be in the blockchain space. So get ready for it. Start getting your information. Start learning how to develop if you don't know how to develop. Start learning programming if you don't know how to program. I get into design. If you know how to design, Photoshop. You've already got most of your bags secured. Get moving. Start doing stuff in design. You can always design stuff for crypto companies. People need graphics, logos, or go into these NFTs and start designing graphics for NFTs. But don't design an NFT to sell it yourself. Go out here and design dope ass NFTs people want to license you to do the work for, and will pay you in crypto. A Bitcoin earned today ain't the same Bitcoin later. I can promise you that. I got paid early in the summer in the last run. I got paid in crypto, in Bitcoin, and I was paid, let's just give it an arbitrary number. Let's say $250, right? In Bitcoin in the early summer. So let's say July. Bitcoin went up to $16,000, $19,000, right? By December of that last run. Meaning my money, that $250, wasn't $250 anymore. You see why I say get paid in crypto, earn in crypto, especially earn if it's in Bitcoin. Like I'll say, yeah, I'll take it in Bitcoin. Oh, really? Bitcoin? Yep. Can I pay you in US dollars? Sure. It's gonna cost you this much more. Well, why is it gonna cost me more? Because if you give it to me, if you give it to me in Bitcoin, I know Bitcoin's gonna appreciate in value. So I'll take you get a value fee. But if you pay me in fiat, well, I know it's not going to appreciate in value. It's going to still be the same fiat. I've now got to transfer it over to be crypto. I have to convert it. So I'm going to lose part of the money that I do in that conversion. So for the convenience of crypto, I lower my rates. If you want me to do it in US dollar, I'll do it in US dollar. You can pay it in PayPal. But I have you get a convenience fee if you give it to me in crypto. See? And then all of a sudden my clients started paying me in crypto. Because, it's 10% cheaper if we pay them in crypto. Dun, 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 convenience fee. It might not be convenient for you, but it's convenient for me. Because then I can put it in my robots and earn money on that crypto. Or I'll take US dollar coin, right? If they want to pay me in a fiat rather than a fiat dollar, you pay me in a fiat coin and I can put it on my robot and I can earn a percentage on it. So I'll give you a reduced rate. Do you see why I'll take crypto? And because I earn it rather than buying it, it doesn't do the capital gains. Because I earn it as cash. Win-win. That's how you got to play your games, y'all. That's why I accept crypto. That's why even on the website, crypto accepted here. Damn right. Because I'd rather earn it and not have to get capital gains on every time I want crypto. Dumb. So what we've learned is that there is a market for Node.js developers. So we as a business are going to be working on that, especially if you want to deal with anybody in Texas. And there's a lot of mining companies in Texas. So we as a company wanting to work with them as a company means that we are going to be working on Node. So I'll be learning that. We also see that Matic, Polygon, and Alchemy are working on a DApp platform. So I'll be looking into that news. I'll probably put a link in the description in the Discord, link in the description. For the musical geniuses. So that's it. I'm going to get to work. I'm going to start learning some more about this partnership here, this Alchemy and Polygon partnership. And I'm going to start figuring out a little bit more of this and whether or not I'm going to grab some. Because it's, it was $2. It's only 90 something cents. So at best case, it's more, that's a good lick, quick lick when Bitcoin rides up. So I might just write it as a quick speculative play. Who knows? Not a financial advice. Please don't follow anything I'm doing unless it makes sense to you and yours. All right. So I'm going to finish off my work and start looking at some more virtual designs because one of my homeboys has actually started doing NFTs and he's doing pretty well with it. So I'm going to usurp that title from him in about another month and a half. So I'm going to get started learning about this other data structure I want to do. So y'all be safe. Y'all keep rocking out here. Keep studying, keep learning. Go on YouTube. Start doing videos on Photoshop, on design, on 3D, and all the stuff that I showed you. Start studying, man. All these people are training out here. Start learning. Put that stuff on your resumes and portfolios, or put that in your business profiles on LinkedIn so that other companies can see it, and they may just want to hire you as a freelance consultant. That's happening. All right. Y'all keep it safe. Y'all be safe on these streets, all right? Peace.